Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the Altcoin Show, coming at you daily, 6 days a week. And we have the stock show tomorrow, so check that out. Make sure you don't miss out on that. And if you haven't seen my video that I posted a few hours ago, my daily show, the Crypto Daily Show, please check that out. I do talk about the Hamster Kombat Airdrop, and I do talk about my trainings as well in that other video. I'm not going to go into them again here, so check that out if you haven't seen it, as well as all the other crypto and Bitcoin news. Check that out in that channel. But wherever you're tuning in from around the world, I want to welcome you to the channel. And of course, if you're a regular, you know what I'm about to say. Smash that like button. This will help get this content out to more people. Certainly does help support the channel. I do appreciate that. All the wonderful comments that you guys leave just really blow me away, that you take the time to write those and post those. Thank you so much. And all the questions, I look to get back to those as soon as I'm able. So please be patient. If you do ask questions, I will look to get back to that. The cheat sheet is below in the description. I have so many different tabs there, entries on coins, take profit levels, there's an airdrops tab, there's a stocks tab, there's free trainings and education in there as well. So check out the cheat sheet below in the description. Also, the link to the description is in the cheat sheet and in the description of this video. Link to the Discord. If you're not part of the most amazing Discord on the planet, the Stocks with Josh Discord, please, you can sign up for that below, also in the description. Okay, so we're going to jump into the news and we're going to jump into the charts because there have been some great moves. We've been sleeping. Well, I've been sleeping, of course. I'm not sure what your time zone is, but we're going to start off with Say. And a lot of people have been asking me about Say. And listen, Say is on my cheat sheet. I have entries on my cheat sheet. We're now out of those entries on the cheat sheet. So if you missed out on Say, you've missed out on Say. I'm not adding any more entries there if it comes back for those. However, I will give you some entries for swing trading on the channel here. But you can see that Say leads the pack with the highest TVL growth over the past month compared to other chains. Absolutely been smashing it. It's gone up like 100% and just like that. And so this is what the reaccumulation phase is all about. It's reaccumulating at these lower prices for a long period of time, and then they, of course, will suddenly jump up. Then what we have here is Say growth this year compared to SUI. It's actually grown in TVL. Now, it doesn't have more TVL than SUI, but has grown 3,900% in total value lock. That means people are pouring money into the Say chain. And so I looked to identify what was the meme coin on Say because it had such a violent move to the upside. And I did the same thing with SUI. I went to SUI and said, okay, what is the meme coins? And I knew FUD the Pug had been around for a little while. And then I found this blub gem and I was able to introduce this blub gem to the community and to the Discord. Of course, it went on the Discord first because I found it at night and I didn't get to share it until the next day. And those of you who are on the Discord got in early, just after me. I got in just below, I think, 5 million. A bunch of people got in 5 million or 7 million or 8 million. It hit 50 million in market cap. So it's literally done 1,000% since I first got into this token. And many of you are up 700 to 800%, 500% on this, okay? And so you can see that I've done the other thing with Say, and what I found is the meme coin of Say, and so Blub was the meme coin that I discovered and I shared, and that's been absolutely crushing. So this one here, I'm not as bullish about. I just want to be honest with you and transparent. I'm not as bullish about for a couple of reasons. Obviously, I'm not as bullish about Say overall over SUI. I'm more bullish on SUI as a blockchain, and certainly priority. And secondly, Blub was a recently launched token in August, and I felt we were fairly early with it. This token has been around since the beginning of this year, and it had a big pump at the beginning. You can see it had this big pump at the beginning, and then people FOMO'd in, and then, of course, you came up, and then the whole market just kind of corrected. And so we've been in this consolidation phase, and now it's starting to break out again. Its all-time, I think, was about at 7 cents. Currently, it's about 1 cent last time I checked, and I did share it in the Discord last night. And so I haven't even checked today if this token is or not, or how much is up. I'm going to have a quick look at it now on the show here, or while we're doing the show here. And there hasn't been much movement on it yet. I think it's up 5% in the last 24 hours. So not much of a move there. Certainly, so a big DGM play here. Big high risk play, okay? Certainly don't have the same conviction that I do about Blub, so I haven't put as much money into it as I put into Blub, but certainly I'm prepared to kiss this money goodbye if it goes south, but certainly I'm willing to take a bet on it. And if you want to buy, say, Zayn website, so check that out. There, it shows you how to buy it, how to connect your MetaMask wallet to buy it. You can buy it with fiat, you can buy it with crypto, you can buy it on DragonSwap. I believe you can buy it on Uniswap as well. Of course, if you're outside the USA, you can buy it on Mexi. CoinX, I'm not sure if Americans can access CoinX, but that's something, check that out. And Bitmart as well. So it has some exchange listings there. It has all the tokenomics there. It's got the current price, the current market cap, current supply, circulating supply, the allocations, etc. So check all of that out. Do your own research. This is not financial advice because I am not a financial advisor. This is strictly for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Says the great Maximus Decimus Meridius from the movie Gladiator. So certainly trade at your own risk there with Zayn. We have Blub. Blub. Another day, another free list. What I love about these guys is they haven't paid for any listing. This has all been organic. This is a good sign. This is a very good sign. They've got a listing on XTEX or XT exchange. I haven't actually heard of this exchange, but I assume that's good, and the Blub candle seems to be liking it as well. So another exchange listing for Blub. I think it's only a matter of time before it starts to get. I mean, imagine if this gets a Coinbase or a Binance listing, or even jump on some of these other, Bybit, BitGet. There's so many other exchange, Qcoin. Certainly, I think it's early days. If this continues to go, we could see this go. I would love to see this stay, first of all, as the main meme coin of Sui. And then secondly, if it does, I do feel that a $1 billion market cap is possible. We've seen it on Solana. We've seen it on Ethereum. The meme coins have popped. Why not Sui? Why not now? Why not us for our community? This could be something special. This could be something amazing. And so certainly I've already seen 1,000x on this. I know many of you have seen close to that. So let's see what shakes out with Blub. Blub is on my cheat sheet with some entry levels. I had it entry levels in the 60s. It dipped down there. And so for those of you who managed to grab that, that could be the last time we see that. Certainly now the 80s and the 90s is where I'm looking at for Blub for a possible pullback for extra entries if you wanted to get in there. I'm not sure if I'll add any more at this point, but certainly I'll think about it for sure. Okay, Casper, speaking of listings, Casper has a listing coming up on Kraken and says this is what the calm before the storm looks like. No Binance, no Coinbase, no Kraken. Well, Kraken's coming. No Crypto.com, no OKX. And so certainly, yes, I do feel that Casper has been a little bit difficult to buy. And this is why I introduced to my community and have introduced to our community the whole concept of getting off Coinbase, getting off Crypto.com, and getting onto some of these exchanges where you can get these coins earlier. If you've been part of our community here since the end of May, my very first video on this channel was how to get off those exchanges that had limited selection of coins, high fees, high spreads, and onto some of these other exchanges where you could get these listings early and get in before other people. I mean, I'm just so impressed with so many of you. When I gave the Blub trade, you're quickly able to figure out on how to buy some Sui, get it over to the Sui wallet, and learn how to buy it before it even got onto an exchange on the MEX exchange. So proud of all of you for doing that. You're certainly ahead of the game. And I just love that about our community. So special. So Casper, I still have a lot. I've been asked, I should sell my Casper, put it into TAO. My answer to that, personally for me, I'm not doing that. Okay, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to be holding on to my Casper. I think Casper is going to have its moment and have a good breakout. We have Banana Gun, and don't fade the banana. This is a $10 million 10 million coin supply only. And Banana Guns bought after they had the exploit. They made all of those who lost money whole. They gave them back their money. Kudos to Banana. 94.5 million in volume with 559,000 in fees since the start of this week. I strongly believe this week will be one of the best for bot volume since July. Somebody thought that Banana Gun was a meme coin. No, it is a trading bot on Telegram. It's going to have its own app soon, so it's not so reliant on Telegram. And I think it's going to venture out into other places as well, so to have more versatility there. But certainly Banana Gun trade has been going well. We got a second chance to get back into that trade yesterday, and I'm going to show that on the charts. So Banana Gun gave us a second entry yesterday. I hope you got it. It came back down to 39. It came back down to 41. I actually took some profit in the trade at 44, and then I got back in it again at 39.41. I shared that on the Discord. Okay, so Banana just had a daily close above multi-month trend line, the EMA, 200 EMA on the daily. Absolutely very bullish for Banana Gun back in that trade. And so if you're in that trade with me, I'll be giving live updates on the Discord on the Banana Gun trade, okay? And then X Empire, this airdrop is coming up. Again, I did talk about the other airdrop. Let's not mention it again. Certainly, I feel this one should go a little bit better. My main concern, though, is the high number of users. The more users there is, the less money there is to go around. You know, if you've got $100 and there's 100 people, there's less money to go around. If you've got $100 and there's 10 people, there's more money to go around, less people. So I'm optimistic that this should go better than Hamster Kombat, but I still think there are better airdrops coming up. Check my cheat sheet for the 10 airdrops that I'm in right now, and I'm going to be adding to that list, but I think there are going to be some possibly better airdrops coming up. I'm still hopeful for this one, but I do want to issue a warning. Manage your expectations. This is a lot of users. There are only 15 million connected wallets so far. Obviously, there's still time for people to connect wallets. So let's just say that only 15 million out of the 45 million get the airdrop. How much money the airdrop? And we don't know that. We don't know what the price of the token is going to be. We don't even know if we're going to get our airdrop. I haven't even got my Hamster Kombat airdrop yet. I did address that in the show a couple of hours earlier today. So stay tuned. That's coming up in a couple of days. And if we're going to look at Total 3, in fact, that's the first thing that we're going to go to here is Total 3 breakout. Okay, a breakout. We've had a retest there. You can see, and then we're off to the races. I shared this within the last week, how bullish this was. We've also created a WW bottom here. We've created a low, and then we have a higher low here. We've now created a higher high over here. Once we break through over here, this one here, what is this at? This is at about a high of 662. So let's say 663, or actually this is this a little bit high? No, 663. Once we break over 663 and retest, we are really off to the races. But I think we're off to the races here. Certainly we could have, if Bitcoin does pull back, we could have a retest of here, which would be completely healthy and give us another entry into some of our favorite altcoins. Speaking of our favorite altcoins, the Arweave trade is absolutely crushing right now. We got you in this trade at about 21. Some of you might have taken profit at $24.55 because the first take profit was at 25. Certainly you can close out trades there, or you can stay in the trades. Now, somebody asked me on YouTube or Discord, are these I'm showing right now, is this for HODL, is this for swing? Generally, it's for swing or day trading, but it also can be for HODL, because if you look in the cheat sheet, if those prices match up, then these can be good entries for HODL as well. So just check out the cheat sheet for my HODL prices and my swing trade prices, and that's going to answer your question there. So certainly you could get back in the trade if we have a pullback to about $21.60 there. Otherwise, I wouldn't jump necessarily in the trade right now unless you wanted to front run it. Front running is risky. It's saying that I believe there's going to be a break and a retest of the $25. Otherwise, you wait until this $25 is broken and retested, and then you would get in the trade right there for confirmation, okay? So there are two places to get in the trade. Down there at the 50-day moving average, if it comes back to that, or you can get in on the break of this $25 level, or if you jump in now, it's a lot more risky, believing that it's going to break above our Arweave trade. Our next profit is 28. We're absolutely crushing it in the Arweave trade there. The banana trade, yes, we're back in the banana trade. This is awesome. So we saw here that we had the break of the 200 EMA. This is the place to get in the trade. If you didn't get in the trade, the second place to get in was there at the 50-day moving average. However, yesterday it came back to $39 and gave us another chance to get in. And I think we're getting another chance right now if we come back to $41 here, which we kind of are. This is another place you can get in this trade now on a successful retest of that, and that looks quite good. Obviously, you can have a stop under the $39 level here. So you could, if you wanted to stop out of the trade, you could stop out around $38, $38.50, just anywhere under $39 here. If you wanted a tight stop, you could have a more looser stop there as well if you wanted to. Certainly, that's up to you. Possibly down around underneath $37, you could have a stop as well. Okay, so that's the banana trade. So again, you've got another chance to get in a banana. This is your fifth chance to get in. There was a chance here at 39, another chance at 41. We're getting another chance at 41. If we drop lower, then there's another chance at around 40 to 39 there. You may get another chance at banana there. But certainly, I remember just so many days I give these out and then they take off, and then people go, "What's a good entry for banana?" And it's like, well, I've been talking about it every day on the show. The entries have been here as we hug this 200 EMA. Always historically has been a great place to buy banana. So this would be a good hodl buy in my opinion. If you've not been buying it up in the lower 30s, this would be a good place to buy some hodls. I'm not going to chart blub at the moment. There's just not enough action to have, but I will say I'm looking here would be a good place. If you have no blub at all, what are we, 10.4, but certainly risky. I like the 90 to the 80 region. The 90, 92 there would be kind of a nice entry there as well. But check out my cheat sheet there for some entries there. I'm certainly favoring the 80s, 90s. I'm not sure if we're going to see the 60s again. So if you didn't get in, maybe this wick will get somewhere in this wick would be, in my opinion, a good entry. You see this wick goes all the way down to around 78. So somewhere between 78 and around the 1 there, the 10 there. This could be a good little area to accumulate some more. I said I wasn't going to talk about it, and then I talked about it. Our bulk trade's been absolutely crushing it. I gave the entry here at 18. I said, get in at 18 on a successful retest. It did. For those that missed it, I said, get in at 20 at the 200 EMA. For those at 18, I said you could take profits here, or you could wait for a successful retest and break. And so for those of you who still waited, now we're up to our third take profit level of 23. So you can either take some profit here or wait for a break and a successful retest of 23. We can see this candle here is at 20, a high of 23.1. Is that right? So this is the next take profit level. So we had 3 take profit levels here. If we break this and retest this level here, then we should shoot up to the 28 to the 30 level is our next area of take profit. Now, if you want to get in this trade, a break of 23 and retest would be the next place to get in the trade. Or if we come back down to 20, that would be the place to get in the trade there for bonk. Our Doge trade has absolutely been crushing it. I'd said if you didn't get in here at 10.4, next place and then to take profit here at 11.7, or remember, you can either take profit off the table here, and that doesn't mean that you close the trade. You just, whatever you're in profit, you take it off and you let the rest of the trade run. So you can either take profit off the table here or wait for a successful retest and then continue to ride this up. And for those of you who didn't get in the trade, this was the place to get in the trade yesterday. I gave the trade again at 11.8. We're now at 12.3. Next place to take profit is up here at around 13.4. 13.4 and around 14.3. So next take profit level is in here. If you want to get in the Doge trade, the next place is for a retest of this at 11.8 to get back in the Doge trade. If you missed this, we gave the Ethereum trade. This was another winner that we gave on the channel. We're just giving winners out every single day. Every single one of these trades have been absolutely crushing. We only got stopped out of Banana Gun because of the exploit, and then we got back in and we're back on that trade, winning on that trade. Already took profits on that trade. Traded about 25.30. We're now up going 26. We're still looking for 2,800. Get back in this trade. If we're lucky, it might come back to 25.30 if you want to get back in the ETH trade. The HNT trade, gave this trade back here at about $6.80. It pushed all the way up to $7.88. Didn't quite reach our target. Remember, you don't have to wait for it to get all the way up to $8. You can take profit early. If you're in good profit and the position size is big enough, go for it. You can also take profit off the table here and leave the trade open and then just reallocate. To get back into this trade, we're looking at about $7.25, a successful retest of that could get back in the HNT trade. Otherwise, I would not jump in the HNT trade right now at this point. And certainly we've got a left shoulder ahead and a possible right shoulder forming. So just be careful. If we don't get a successful retest here, don't get in the trade. Or if you get in the trade, set a tight stop loss, and then you may want to get a little bit further down. Like here, $5.75. It seems extreme, but certainly it could come down to there if this head and shoulders pattern does play out on HNT. So this is a live trade in the Casper trade. We've had successful retest of the 50-day moving average. Jump in here. Look at putting a stop loss under this candle here. So maybe 15.8 to put a stop loss. You can put more aggressive stop losses maybe here at under maybe at 16.1, just under there. But this is a live trade. And we can take this up, and take profit level would be up here at 17.7 to around 17.9. That would be our first take profit level. Our second take profit level is 21. This is a live trade that you can jump in on here right now at 16.5 for Casper, if it's still in that zone by the time the video is live, of course. Otherwise, you'd wait for a retest. Render has been absolutely crushing, so I did finally take some profit up here. I do like how it's hugging. I'm not out of this trade. I just took some profits off the table. Get back into this trade. We're looking down here at $5.20. Or if this breaks above and retests, that would be a place that I would enter the trade right there. Certainly at the top here, this could be an entry here at about $5.60. Or at about $5.45 as well. Or certainly we could come down to this lower band here at about $5.09. There's just more risk here. It just depends on your risk appetite there for Render, but there are some entries there for Render. For Say, we haven't seen a pullback for Say just yet. There is a big amount of liquidity here. Entry for me could possibly be around 39 cents, which is right where the 200 EMA is on the daily. That's where my entry would be right now. Otherwise, there's no entry for me on Say at the moment. There, Solana, of course, absolutely crushing it. Came up. I did actually take profit at 159. Again, I'm not going to be totally nitpicky about making my exact profit target of $160. I took profit off the table at 159, but this is still an open trade for me. Okay, I didn't close the trade. Certainly getting back in the trade here at 141 or at 140 if it does come back there. Certainly, could we get back in the trade at 150? There was some good support here at 150. So this could possibly be a place to get back in the trade at about $150. So that would be a more aggressive play, but I think the better entry was here. And I gave this entry, and we hit this entry multiple times. When we broke through, I said, this is the entry right there, boom, up. We got another entry here, boom, up. And then it came back to the 150s and held, and then it's gone up. So we may come back and retest that 150s. That could be a good entry there for Solana. And then jumping into Sui, again, hopefully we don't see a bit of a Bart Simpson here as we're coming across. We don't also want to see head and shoulders here This would be a bit of an ugly head, but certainly keep an eye on SUI. It's starting to cool off a bit. This is why I did take profits at 175, and it's on my cheat sheet, taking profits at 175. Certainly, I'm still looking at that 141 level to get back in the trade. Actually, looking on the daily, I find this zooming out helps us a little bit better. You can see how parabolic this has been, but certainly getting back in the trade around here, around this low 140s level. That would be an entry here. I would add some SUI back because I sold at 174. I'm happy to buy it back lower at 141. That's how you accumulate. And then certainly down from there, the 122 level, more buy orders, and I have more buy orders down here at 112. And I've got some cheeky bids at a dollar down here as well, just in case we have a flash crash and it wicks down there and I can grab that order there. And then Tau has just been unbelievable. We are seeing a little bit of a Bart Simpson here, okay? And so the Bart Simpson covers the Bart Simpson head, which would mean if this plays out, I would expect it to come back to this 480 and look, it did. It came back here. I had a buy order. It just missed it. I couldn't believe it. Came down to 502. I had a buy order just under $500. I missed it by a few bucks. Can you believe it? If I had been watching this live, I probably would have grabbed it at 502 because, again, I'm not going to nitpick over a couple of bucks here and there. We certainly could still see this continue to play to the downside, and so that order still could get hit. But this area of interest for me, anywhere from 480 up to about 500 would be a target buy area of interest. I'm gonna add some Tau right in this zone here. I have got buy orders further down as well at 430 and at around about 390 and then 365. I don't know if we're going to get down to these levels here again. We can always remain hopeful that we can have a little bit of retrace. I mean, this is a parabolic move, but you look at these big, long candles here. That's fairly bearish, at least in the short term. So, I'm thinking that we could see some more downside for Tau. Let's see what plays out there, but certainly I'm more inclined. I think it's more likely that we do go downside and see a little bit more downside here with Tau. And I know that's good news if you're watching. Nothing is set in stone, but certainly if I was to give an opinion, and that's all it is, an opinion, I think we're more likely to come a little bit further down than we are to go up. But you just never know in the crypto markets. Certainly there's no guarantees. And then the Ondo trade has been absolutely smashing. Gave this trade at about 65 cents. We had our first take profit level at about 75 cents, but I said you can either just take the profits off the table and stay in the trade, or you can just wait and see if we have a successful retest of the 200 EMA. We got that successful retest, and the next profit level was up at around 83. We've got a strong rejection here currently, and so you can either take profits off the table here, or you can wait to see if we have a successful retest. We're currently retesting it right now, and so we have a successful retest of 83, then we could continue to go high. But look at this candle here. That's a little bit bearish there. You can see how we got one over there and we dropped back down. If it's me, I'm taking profits off the table, but I'm certainly staying in the trade and maybe putting a bit of a stop loss in place. That's what I'm looking for. Currently, we're retesting it. When it could just pump and keep going from here all the way. My next target is $1, by the way. So if we get a successful retest here, then we could keep going. So, okay, that's it for today. Again, thank you all for tuning in. And until the next episode, and until then, happy trading.